Hi everyone, I wanted to report to you that I did my usual Ollie's run and I ended up finding Nova's twin sister. And so I guess they're coming out with some toys for the Christmas season. I already started seeing that Home Goods had put out some Christmas uh, inventory. And so, yeah, I found her, and she, like her sister, was under $15. So this time, instead of thinking twice, I grabbed her, and they actually had several more. So I definitely feel like she's a little bit different from her sister, not only because of her outfit that is permanently attached and sewn on. So I like how it looks like she has more of a overall set and a shirt underneath, but everything's attached and sewn on. And hers has a unicorn, and Novaline's has a little octopus, and it's made to look like a separate shirt, like these are two separate pieces, and that the shirt is underneath the purple overalls. And she's got a little bit more stuffing and filler than her sister. So I don't know if Novaline was considered or is considered a first run doll for this company. These dolls were made in China. So I've never heard of this company before. All the tags will say made in China. It won't say anything else about the company that she comes from or that they both come from. But in this case, her name, I was going back and forth with all these different names to name her, and I finally stumbled upon Lola Udella. So there is Lola Udella, and I figure my little boy, the youngest member of my family, has like this book that talks about animals in a parade and how each animal has a first name that coincides with the first letter of what they are, like Walter the walrus, or um, I don't know, Dorothy the dog. But in this case, Udella goes with unicorn. U for Udella and U for unicorn. Just like this one has an octopus, so I gave her the middle name Octavia. So her middle name, her sister's middle name, will be a U middle name for Udella. And she just looks like a Lola to me. Just like this name for her, I just instantly thought Novaline. So Lola. Lola's short enough where I guess I could call her Lo if I wanted to make it even shorter than Lola. Just like Novaline's nickname is Nova. So I don't know if anything is shorter than Lola. I guess Lo would be shorter than Lola. So, of course, we're still in the study, the upstairs study. So I still have my other dolls. I still have Flora, Cressida, in what she's wearing for the fall. Same thing with Tiffany. Macy over there is my Our Generation doll, dressed up in her PJs. Then you have Too Cute Jackson Henry, dressed up in his pumpkin bib. You have Alana Addison. She's dressed up real nice. And then you have Michelle Talbot, Allie, Tiana. Then you have PJ Amelia, short for Paris Joelle Amelia. And she is eating 2 scoops of ice cream. I guess just because she likes ice cream so much. And then I just changed A Sister's Love into this outfit, or into their fall outfits. At first they weren't wearing fall outfits, but now they're wearing fall outfits. These 2 outfits are new for the dolls this year. So she had these barrettes, Betty had these barrettes in her hair last year but her outfit is new. Nice pretty dress here that has the rickrack on the bottom, and it's just nice stripes and some black shoes, ruffled socks, and pumpkins to show fall, and then the turkeys to show Thanksgiving in November. And then this little lady, Judith, has her pumpkin barrette, not her pumpkin barrette, but her turkey barrette in her hair, and it's got a series of beautiful bows, decorative bows everywhere, and she is wearing jack-o'-lanterns on her diaper cover. So this is the Ashton Drake set. Her undershirt is not a onesie, it's a doll undershirt, and she has on a doll diaper cover, and both the undershirt and diaper cover are made by Ashton Drake, the company. So whenever I'm at a loss for what to dress Judith in, I always refer to the Ashton Drake catalog and see if I can find a diaper cover for the season. And in this case, she has the jack-o'-lantern diaper cover. So she is able to match her big sister, Patina. So now all the dolls are dressed for fall. And these two dolls, I just kind of wanted to put them somewhere. These two dolls are American Girl dolls. This is an American Girl doll. She is a Truly Me doll. And this is now considered, I guess, a Truly Me doll, but she originally was a Just Like You doll. And she is Just Like You number 18. So she has the bangs and the Addie face mold with no piercings. And I just have her, she's pleasant company. So even though she is an American Girl doll, she's labeled Pleasant Company because I got her a while ago. And when Pleasant Company pretty much owned American Girl. So I thought I would do that because there was this video that came out talking about Just Like You dolls and how much, I guess, they're worth nowadays, now that American Girl has replaced all the Truly Me dolls. Like, you wouldn't be able to find this Truly Me doll anymore with the bangs and the lined eyebrows. Even though she has blue eyes and blonde hair, you would think that you could find her everywhere and anywhere, but now she's retired, I think officially, because American Girl now has these new set of dolls. So she was retired a long time ago, and because she was retired a long time ago, she is considered valuable. And it's so funny to place or to put a value on dolls when you're a doll collector, because for me, I'm African American, so I'm always trying to find African American dolls to honor my heritage and my culture, and to give my family a visual of what we look like. Like, all of these dolls pretty much look like members of my family when they were little. And when I look at these dolls, I can still see myself in these dolls. With obviously some of the dolls that are Caucasian, I don't really see myself, but I see my friends. So, or I see cousins of, the family. So, because we do have cousins who and family members who are Caucasian. So, or we have people who are biracial as well in the family who are lighter in hue and hair color. So there's variations of what a family can look like nowadays. But again, I always like seeing myself in a doll. And when I picked her out because that's pretty much how I looked without bangs when I was little. I have textured hair. So American Girl wasn't really making a lot of textured hair dolls at the time. So every time I found a textured hair doll in the catalog, I would try to scoop that doll up. And so that's the case with number 18. And then now that she's retired, she has grown in value. But when I look at these two dolls were under $15, and they were offered in a store, a discount store. So I like the fact that I'm a doll collector who doesn't just collect high value dolls that I consider extremely valuable, such as Ashton Drake or American Girl or Pleasant Company dolls or GOTS dolls. I collect dolls simply because I like them. So this doll to me is just as pretty as these high price dolls and this coveted doll, because she is now a coveted doll. And just simply because she's an African American doll that American Girl doesn't make anymore. And so I don't really think that's a good reason to place a high value on a doll, because for some reason people do know that a lot of doll companies don't really make a whole lot of African American dolls in their collection. And, those dolls sometimes get bought out or bought up, and they become sought after dolls, not because of how pretty they are or beautiful, or because someone has an African American child that they want to gift this doll to. It's because they have now become exotic. And that in itself is sometimes referred to exploitation, when it comes to, over gratifying certain things, because you just don't see them as much as you see dolls that are made for the mass public. Like these kinds of dolls with the blue eyes and blonde hair, she was made, they made so many of her and so little of her. And because they made so many of her, of this kind of doll, she's not considered as valuable as this doll. So I'm wrestling with that a little bit. I know in the doll world that's how it is, and that's how certain things are. The rarer, the better, right? Like a lot of times, if something's rare, it's more valuable. But when I think about why this doll was made, she was made so that African American girls could see themselves in a doll with bangs. So if you were an African American girl in the 90s and early 2000s and you had bangs, you could get a doll that looked like you. That was the purpose of why she was made. And that was also the purpose of why this little darling was made, because there were little blue-eyed, blonde-haired girls that wanted a doll that looked like them as well. Now, did I buy this doll because she was valuable? Did I buy this doll because she looked like me? No, I bought this doll simply because I liked her. And sometimes that just happens. Sometimes you buy dolls simply because you like them. And someone gifted her to me. So I wasn't going to say, no, I don't want this doll because she's not valuable. I wanted her simply because I liked her. And it was the same thing with this doll and this doll. Like, I would never say that these dolls are not a part of my collection because they're not as valuable as American Girl dolls or Ashton and Drake dolls. I like these dolls because I can still dress them up in cute little outfits and, give them dollar store head wraps as well as Hudson Baby head wraps or bibs. And this is from Carter's. So, I can still dress them up like real babies, like I would a real baby doll too. So I don't know. I'm wrestling with why sometimes dolls go for high prices on the secondary market. And as collectors, we either pay the high price of a doll or we don't. And so I have to wrestle with that a little bit. Like, obviously, if I find another just like you, number 18, I would love to buy her. But if she is going to be an astronomically high price, then even if I liked her or not, whether she looked like me or not, whether she looks like my family members or not, I have to probably say I can't get her. I can't add her to my collection because I would love to buy more dolls that look like me, that are older and retired, but I'm not willing to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to say I have a unique exotic doll. And that's what it's come down to, is that people are now starting to collect brown skin dolls, brown vinyl dolls, because they're now considered valuable. Um, and I don't know how I feel about that. So, because then that raises the price for people who just want to buy a doll, just to buy a doll that looks like them. So, I guess that's the same thing for number 4, for, just like you, number 4, or girl of today, number 4, who has almond shaped eyes and she is known to have an Asian face mold. She is now considered very valuable. So, if you have a child who is of Asian descent and you just so happen to want to get a doll that looked like your niece or daughter or nephew or whatever, and you came across that doll and that doll was worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars because they just don't make that kind of doll anymore. You have to accept that, and that's kind of the reality of it. So I don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, I did want to welcome Lola to the family, and I will probably get her a card in a minute. Okay, here we go. Here is the card for Novaline's twin, who is Lola. So here is Lola's card for your baby shower with love. And so she's kind of like our new baby doll. So she gets a baby shower because we have all kinds of treats for her. So she gets to open her baby shower goodies. And this is for everyone else to have sweet wishes for the fall. And so it's more of a Halloween card, but a lot of my dolls are dressed in fall and Halloween inspired outfits. So I think that's okay. Even Miss Flora, who's sleeping over there, is dressed in her Halloween finest. So I will show you guys what else I picked out for Miss Lola and her sister that they can share, but it's mostly for Lola. So I got a lot of stuff from the dollar store Tuesday morning in Ollie's, so I went to all discounted stores. And this is to show you guys that you don't have to break the bank to be a doll collector. I have a very expensive doll next to two very inexpensive dolls that were under $20. So, well under $20. This one, both of them under 15. So, yeah. And that doesn't make my pretty little Tracy any less valuable in my eyes. So again, it's just whatever. We'll see what happens with this new lineup of American Girl dolls coming out. If one day they'll be just as valuable based off of their vinyl. All right, talk to you guys later.